Jagger.
Yes, Jagger, my husband, my soulmate, the love of my life. But he's not interested in that. He's not interested in happiness and marriage. He just wants to get into fights week after week. He calls it law enforcement.
I had no idea.
No, you couldn't. I don't talk to anyone about it. My mom, she already hates him. I can't talk to her. I can't talk to anybody.
I'm here.
I'm tired of defending him. I'm tired of feeling disloyal when I don't defend him. I'm tired of thinking that everything is all right and pretending that it's fine.
It's not.
No, it's not fine. Call me crazy. Call me wild and wacky, but I think it's not fine when some nut job holds a gun to my head and my own husband doesn't even get on a plane to see if I'm all right.
Dr. Burgess, you got a moment?
Not now.
Well, I came by last night and you didn't have time then either.
Try next year. I won't have my hands full of interns.
What is this, another meeting?
Mandatory with Kevin Collins today.
Kevin Collins, the psychiatrist? I thought he wasn't practicing anymore.
I asked that he be hired as my consultant. Care to question my authority?
No, not at all.
Good. If you want, I will see you after the meeting.
Dr. Burgess, I shouldn't have lost it with Cooper last night. I'm sorry.
I'll give you 5 minutes now.
How could you know anything about Serenity?
Oh, I must have read about it in the society column.
No, I don't think so, because Dominique hated those.
Well, perhaps you told me.
Certainly not. I barely even know you.
Please, don't be afraid.
I'm not afraid. I happen to have my finger on the panic button here. Within 45 seconds, the police can be here.
At least allow me to explain first.
No.
Then an apology. I'm not who I said I was.
Well, then who are you?
My name is Stanton. Rex Stanton.
Stanton?
Avery Stanton was my older brother. I'm, Dominique's uncle.
Dominique was a personal friend of mine, and in all the time I knew her, she never once mentioned that she had an Uncle Rex.
Avery and I didn't get along. Actually, that's an understatement. I irritated him, he scared me. We were never close. And then he shut me out with the rest of the world when he holed up in Serenity.
Anybody could have known that.
I don't blame you for being suspicious. I've been gone for a number of years. I guess it was because my brother was so damn successful in everything he did. I just felt I had to go off and do things my way. I guess he got what he wanted.
And what would that be?
Me not leeching off the family fortune. Avery was always a stickler for character. And believe me, I earned mine the old-fashioned way.
Well, how did you earn this different name of yours?
So I don't blame you for not understanding all of this. It's always been difficult for people to understand what it's like to be a Stanton.
No, I understood Dominique completely.
See, when I went off on my own, I did it to prove something to my brother and to myself, that I could be independent, I could be strong, that my survival didn't depend on my last name. Believe me, it wasn't easy leaving. But it was a lot easier than staying here living in my brother's shadow. And there has not been a day since I've been gone that I didn't think about the people I left behind. And then one day I find myself working with Lucy Cole, Port Charles, New York. It was as if fate had intervened. And I said right then and there, I have to go back and see what is left of my family.
As Gustav Bausch?
I grew up seeing what money did to people, what people did to get money. And I certainly didn't want to come back here as the rich Uncle Rex with all sorts of family coming out of the woodwork. Please believe me, I never meant to deceive you, Lucy. And in a way, I didn't. You see, because I made my fortune as Gustav Bausch. Bausch was my mother's maiden name. Having said that, though, I don't suppose you'll ever believe anything I say again.
I would like to believe you.
And I wouldn't blame you if you didn't. You've been through terrible times lately yourself, the kidnapping.
Well, let's just say that event changed the way I view the world.
Of course it did. And I can't tell you how I felt, what it did to me inside, to traumatize a child like that just for money. Maybe it's because I knew my brother so well, but I do detest avarice.
So did Dominique.
Would you like to see an old picture of her?
Do you really have one?
Yes, right here. Here. This was taken at Serenity. It's before I was banished. She's quite the beauty, isn't she?
Yes, she is. That is you. That is you holding her.
Yes, and that is Avery with the scowl on. You know, looking at this picture now, I think Serena looks a lot like Dominique.
Yes, she does.
Dominique. In the short time that I knew her, she seemed to be so fragile. It was almost as if she didn't belong here on Earth with us mere mortals. I'm glad to see that Serena isn't like that. She seems to have a lot more strength. I would imagine she gets that from her father.
Well, to me, Dominique was the strongest woman I've ever met.
Well, there you go. I only wish I could have known her as well as you did.
I really don't think that's fair.
Oh, I don't know. Guess I've had an interesting life. Maybe Avery did do me some good after all.
I don't believe that. I think that he took you away from your family, and to me there's nothing more important than family.
I'm afraid you're right. All the money in the world can't buy love, and love is everything. Oh, I'm sorry. What's the matter? Is it too corny?
Dominique used to say that all the time.
I don't want him to trust me. I want him here. I want him to care about what happens to me.
Did you tell him that you feel like this?
Well, it's a little hard to tell an answering machine that.
Now, Karen.
I mean, of course Jagger loves me. I know he does. He just can't express it right now.
Well, is there a reason for that?
Yeah, there is. Everything just changed after his brother died. Jagger just shut down, you know? His brother got AIDS from this girl who used drugs.
Well, I know about that, and it was horrible. But how did this affect Jagger down the road?
Well, he felt responsible for it. He felt like he could have done something to save Stone.
What does that have to do with the way he's been treating you now?
He's obsessed with bringing all the drug dealers in the world to justice, as if that's going to bring Stone back.
Well, you know what? I know just a little bit about that.
You do?
Yes, I do. You cannot get Jagger to deal with this if he doesn't want to face it.
I know that, and I hate that. I hate it.
I know, but sometimes there's nothing you can do. People do what they want to do. You just have to accept that.
So, why do I feel so guilty about what he's going through, like it's my fault?
Dr. Burgess, I want to apologize for going at Cooper like that.
Good. I'm listening.
When I came in here, I was in a bad mood. I had a lot of things going on, and I shouldn't have lost it like I did.
You're right. You have a responsibility to keep your moods out of this
Absolutely.
hospital.
I agree with you 100%.
Well, forgive me if I'm surprised at this new attitude.
Actually, it's not a new attitude. I mean, it's been around for 2,000 years. Cooper was a patient here. It was my job as a doctor to treat him.
Well, what are we supposed to do? Not pretend like what he did didn't matter?
Of course it matters. It doesn't matter how we feel about it. Otherwise, I would have let him die right there on that trauma table.
Did you think about it?
This is a hospital. And we don't indulge our feelings here. Which is why I'm calling a meeting with Kevin Collins today. We have got to deal with this matter that's happening here, or we're going to start endangering lives.
I don't know what this Collins guy's gonna do.
Well, he had better do something, because this team is out of control. But I promise you, it won't stay that way long.
I wonder what this group meeting's gonna be like.
I don't know. We can't even talk about health care reform without getting into a fight.
Right, now we gotta talk about it in front of this Collins guy?
You seen Karen?
No. She could be around. Kinda been in a fog.
Cooper?
No, actually, I got engaged.
To Danielle?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Good for you.
I can't believe she said yes.
Of course she said yes. She's crazy about you.
I was thinking maybe we could all get together at the recovery room, kind of celebrate, make it official.
Absolutely. Although there could be a fight.
Well, that's the only way I'm gonna know it's our group.
Yeah, you're on. It must be great to know you're going to be spending the rest of your life with the woman you love.
They need me in ER. Be sure not to be late for the meeting with Kevin Collins. And have either of you seen Dr. Wexler?
No.
Well, I want her there, too. I've tried calling, but there's no answer.
Well, she's moving. Her phone's probably not hooked up yet.
She was paged.
She's moving.
Dr. Scanlon, grown-up doctors don't get time outs. Get her to that meeting.
I will.
Are you kidding? Like it's your fault?
I don't know. Maybe it is.
You have no idea. You have no idea what our plans are. You don't know that he's not going to come back here and share this place with me. And it's none of your business anyway.
Listen, I'm going to go look for Karen. Will you cover for me?
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
They're
Thanks.
taking off. That's how Eve almost got fired.
Well, and you heard Burgess. She wants her there, right?
Listen, what's going on with Jagger? You are not responsible. It's not your fault.
But I didn't have to leave him.
Why did you?
I couldn't take it anymore. It's hard enough being a cop's wife. When you sit around waiting for that phone call, you know, the one when they tell you he's not coming home. Not ever. But then he became obsessive on the job. He became grim and dark, and he pulled away from me, and I took the coward's way out, and I hopped on a plane, and I came home to Mother. At least her problems I understand.
You are not a coward. You're not a coward, all right? You are doing something that is very, very difficult here. You are trying to make a life for yourself here by yourself.
But when I needed him, he was there for me, and now that he needs me, I'm not there.
Seems to me that he doesn't want you there. That he is busy grieving for his brother.
Why can't I be near him while he's doing it?
Let me tell you something, all right? When Dominique died, I pulled away from everybody except for Serena. You know, and I didn't care, or I didn't think about how it affected the people that were in my life.
Do you think you were wrong?
I did what I had to do at the time, right or wrong. Right or wrong. And you gotta do what's right for you.
But what if he's not the same person? That's what I keep asking myself in the middle of the night. When I rode out of this town on the back of his bike, I was so sure of Jagger. I was so sure of myself, of our future. I couldn't wait. Now I don't even know what I want.
Here we go.
Thank you. Just, I hate it that I wasn't here for Dominique at the end.
Well, I think about her every day.
You two are close?
Yes. We were. She was my very best friend. Actually, she was my first friend. And she changed my life.
She did have that certain bright spot of light inside her, didn't she?
But there still is Serena.
And my other nieces. Do you know Danielle, Ashley, and Katherine Bell?
Oh, yes. I should say I know Kathy like the back of my hand, but I don't know Danielle.
She was another one of Avery's mistakes.
You're kidding.
No, I met her. She's quite a lovely young lady. But please, tell me about Katherine.
Oh, boy. Well, lovely is not exactly the word I'd use to describe old Kathy. You know, well, perhaps I'm a little biased. She did steal my cosmetic company right out from under me. But, you know, me being me, I just went right out, and I got myself a bigger and a better one. I guess I should thank old Kathy, huh?
Sounds like she takes after her father.
Oh, boy, yes, she does, in spades. But, Danielle, I had no idea.
Well, as I said before, she's quite a lovely young lady. She's quiet, fragile.
I just can't imagine Dominique having another half-sister.
Yes, and she lives here in Port Charles.
No.
Yes, it's true. I mean, I've met her a few times, but confidentially, I don't think she enjoyed it. I think I came as a shock to her. See, her mother never told her about Avery.
Really?
Yes. And I'm afraid I truly did frighten her. I mean, all of a sudden now she has to deal with an uncle she never knew she had. Will you listen to me? I'm talking way too much.
No, oh gosh, no, you're not at all.
Well, I must say, though, it is your fault. You're such a good listener, but really, truly, I have taken up too much of your time.
No, please don't go. I'm finding this very fascinating.
But really, enough is enough. But before I go, I just want you to know that my offer to take Jack's Cosmetics to Russia was on the level. So if you still have any interest at all, you do know how to reach me. I should be back in Bonn by the end of the week. But Lucy, I just want you to know that I'm sorry about my little deception.
Well, listen, I just don't think you can go like that. You know, you need to meet Scott, and you need to meet Kathy, and I would really like to meet this Danielle.
I think it's a little late for family reunions.
Why?
It just is.
No, it's not. Listen, after what I've been through in the past month or so, I just believe that you have to enjoy the people that are in your life right now and cherish them right in that moment. And I think for you to just take off and leave would be a very big mistake.
I need a few minutes alone with the patient.
I'll be in the hall. Just yell if you need help.
I don't think he's going anywhere. Dr. Cooper? Dr. Cooper, can you hear me? Are you in any pain? Well, the chest tube seems fine. Oh, and there's more good news. The results of your CAT scan were negative. No evidence of abnormality, no physical explanation for the seizure you had in the car. So I'm not going to start you on phenytoin. I'm not going to help you and your lawyer say the seizure disorder you had made you do the things you did. You don't have to speak if you don't want to, but I know that you can hear me. I told some people today they had to get their feelings about you under control, and I never ask anything of anyone else that I don't ask of myself. There is something very important that I want you to know.
You know, it's okay not to know what you want because you're still young. It's all in front of you.
But I should know who I want. I made a promise to love Jagger for the rest of my life.
Let me tell you something, all right? I made a lot of mistakes, you know, along the way. But it wasn't until I figured out what I didn't want, you know, until I then figured out what I did want. And I got so sick of these schemes and the games. And then, you see, I met Dominique. And I didn't know that someone like her even existed out there. I didn't know that. She was, like my best friend, and...
Yes, it's too much for me to expect my husband to be my best friend, too. I guess, it's too much to expect him to understand what I'm going through, for a change.
Do you think it's too much?
No.
No? No?
No.
Good. Then don't settle for anything less, okay?
Oh, God, if that's Mom, I'm gonna scream. I can't see anybody right now.
Okay. I'll get rid of him.
Would you?
Yeah, that's what fathers do, right? They do those kind of things. Rid of people.
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Well, so am I. So am I. Go hide.
Okay.
Hi, I need to see Karen.
Listen, you absolutely, positively cannot leave right now. I mean, think about it. Those Russian matrons have done without mascara and eyeshadow for centuries. What's another month to them?
But there's money to be made, bills to be paid.
Yes, but there's family to be dealt with, and you need to do that. Don't go sticking your head like Avery in your work and missing out on the whole world going by.
Please, don't liken me to my brother.
I think you can handle that. And I also think you can handle meeting Kathy and Scott and Serena as a member of her family.
I don't know why I already introduced myself to Danielle, and that didn't go too well. It certainly isn't fair of me to thrust myself into these other people's well-ordered lives.
You're right. You're absolutely right. That's why you're going to do it with a bit of caution and subtlety and flair. let me just say I think you should be glad you've met me.
What are you going to do?
Everything. Listen, I've got this great plan. I mean, I will get them used to the idea sort of subtly using my psychic abilities, and I'm very good at that kind of thing, you know, and we'll introduce you to them, and it'll be great, and I can't imagine anything better than that, can you?
No, I can't. But you would do that for me?
Yes, I would do that for you and for Dominique.
How can I ever thank you?
I take that as a yes.